Curling now enters the Sports Weekend spotlight.
Hi again, curling fans.
I matched my room. I love the roll call. Do we ever think of just doing the roll call as a show? We don't even talk. Is that possible?
Well, first of all, that would be impossible for both of us. Second of all, I was actually, you and I are so connected, Cole, because I was thinking about that exact thing. As I was seeing all the fans pop up and where they're tuning in from, I thought, what a special thing to have people join us every Thursday night from not only across Canada. I saw Knoxville, Tennessee as well. Look at that. Brisbane, Australia. We are global.
We're global. We don't even know. We're so global. We have a great show tonight. Super excited.
Yeah,
Marilyn Bodogh, Order of Canada, I might add.
Well, and as we talk about greats from the past, let me just say that I ran over from the CBC Sports Hall of Fame event tonight. And of course, legendary broadcaster Steve Armitage inducted into the CBC Sports Hall of Fame. He has been the soundtrack call, hasn't he, over the years? Do you have a Steve Armitage story over all the years?
Just so many, because I got to work Canada Games with him and
Commonwealth
Games and a couple of Olympics. I think he called me kid for a while till then I got old and he couldn't do that. But Steve was always older than me, just in case you're wondering.
Right.
He's got a great voice. And he lives in Nova Scotia, just down the way from me at the Cove. And he used to work in the same job I had at CBC Halifax as the supper hour sportscaster before he went to the big time. But it is that voice and his ability to know everyone in every lane at canoe, kayak, rowing. And the way those old school announcers, not that Steve's old, could pivot so quickly from one sport to another, like a Don Whitman or Don Chevrier. I mean, that is lost as people just specialize.
You mentioned Whit Call, of course, Whit calling so many great curling moments over so many decades. And Steve, in his speech, right as I was running out, acknowledged Whitman as one of the greats, as one of the giants in the CBC family. So congratulations to Steve. Let us know, fans, some of your memories of great Steve Armitage calls. His first Olympic gold medal call at the 1998 Olympics. Katrina LeMaidon, the Saskatchewan figure skater.
Katrina LeMaidon! I can't show it too well. That's not quite it, but everyone's coming down a stretch.
Exactly.
200 meters to the finish. Yeah, I love it. He created drama with that.
Do you have one more? A little bit of drama. We love drama, Call.
No, that's it, because we got drama coming up. It's not drama, but we're excited about Brad Jacobs on the show. He's so good.
Okay, well, and we're going to bring him in a second. Of course, he is in Leduc, Alberta, where so many curlers are gathering, getting ready for the Super Slam mixed double series there. It's going to be on CBC, so we're excited about that. And we're bringing Brad Jacobs into the house party on a Thursday night from beautiful Leduc, Alberta. Brad, it's great to see you.
Great to see you guys.
Are you at the curling club right now, or where are you?
Yeah, I am. Can you tell?
It's got a curling club vibe. I love it. I think I've curled in Leduc. Is there anywhere you haven't curled, Brad?
Oh, I'm sure there's lots of places, right?
Probably not.
This is only the second time I think I've curled in Leduc. So
tough. You're a tough field. I was looking at it. I guess everybody looks so strong right now, from the Cotters to Epping and Lisa. How are you liking mixed doubles?
Well, this is only my third event. My third experience. I don't know if many people know this or not, but I'd never played mixed doubles before this year. Never even tried it once. So Ottawa, the first mixed doubles Super Series event with Carrie, was a big learning experience for me. I was pretty nervous, and so was she. And even Carrie herself has only played, I think she just played the Nationals and the Worlds. And I think that was her third event that she's ever played in. Got to play in the next event in Saskatoon with Rachel Holman, which was fun. Nice thing about that was Rachel's got a ton of experience in mixed doubles, so I felt like I learned a lot. And we were a little deeper into the season, so that was helpful. So this third time's a charm. Looking forward to coming out this week and hopefully being as comfortable as we can be. Still in the learning process, because it's certainly different than say 4-person curling.
Tell us about that. What do you notice? What are the biggest differences, Brad? Because Colleen and I talk about this a lot, about the mixed double specialists who are devoted to the game, and then people that sort of dip their toe in at the big events or whatever. And we're always fascinated. Have people found a consistent strategy to approach mixed doubles? So what have you learned?
Yeah, well, I've always been told that it was a kind of a different sport. I was told that it was tough, and it was just challenging. I can attest to that now. It's different. It's very quick. It's a lot to do with angles. Getting up and sweeping your own rocks is a challenge. And I was actually talking to EJ a little bit last week about how I have a new respect for sweeping. For me, I've never really swept my entire adult curling career. So my shoulders, my triceps, even my back, especially on the left side, has been barking at me every event. So yeah, it is totally different, and I'm looking forward to just continuing to learn and grow and try to get better at it.
Awesome.
And you can admit this, but you mentioned it being fast. But have you ever had that moment in mixed doubles where you go, oh, it's just one rock left? Has that happened to you yet, or was it just me personally?
Yeah, I don't know. It's quick, and if you're not paying attention and always thinking ahead. I can see how you can get caught with something like that. I think I have had that moment a few times, Colleen. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, you try to stay on top of that. And every game is timed too. Like, they're doing a really good job out here with the Super Series and timing every game. So you have to be on the ball, and being on the same page with your teammate is really important.
I'm going to jump in, Call, because we've got the
highlight reel. This is so exciting. I'm so excited, Brad.
So in our pre-show meeting, Brad, we were going, let's find highlights of Brad in the 4-person game and talk over it, because you've walked away from that a little bit. It was easy to find. People have literally created montages. You don't have to look hard to find all of your highlight reels, but let's bring those up and we'll talk over them and we'll watch some of them. So why don't we bring those up and continue the conversation? Maybe you can comment on some of them, Brad, as we watch them. Over the years, the highlight reel machine.
For 6. Who were you playing there, Brad? What do you remember?
We won that slam. I think that was out east. That was an easy shot, just nose hit, right?
Yeah. It looks pretty when it's for that many.
What was this one? Simmons. Oh, I remember this one. Yeah.
Okay, you knew it was Simmons right away.
I saw it at the bottom. I was cheating there.
Yeah.
I think that was the Canada Cup. I think we were in trouble that end. I think we ended up stealing that end. I'm not sure if we won that game or not, but
get a center line guard, clear everything out, sink one after that, and steal. Love it.
Okay, you're wearing Northern Ontario colors there.
Yeah, Briar. Oh, against Epping.
Well, you gotta make that look easy. What is your favorite shot when we look at all these 9 highlight reels? Do you have a favorite of these angles?
I remember that one. We lost that game. We got 4 in the first end against Bushu, and we ended up losing, I think, in the next round.
Ouch.
Ouch, for sure.
Ouch.
I'm always fascinated how you guys can remember all of this. I mean, I guess it's with you, but you can remember these probably like yesterday. Look at this.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Nice. Little in off for the win. That was at the Canada Cup in it was Southern Saskatchewan. We won that one. That event.
Maybe in Yorkton. I think that was in Yorkton.
Somewhere in there.
So good. Oh, stop it.
Oh, that's real juicy.
So good. When you're looking at this 4-rock game and watching Ryan and EJ, who are now curling with other people, Ryan's with Matt Dunstone and EJ's with the other Brad. Do you miss this at all? Or we had a long conversation with you on that curling show last year where you talked about, the break was going to be good. But when you look at it, do you go,
Well, the memories are certainly fond, and you look at all these shots and how big a part those guys played in all these shots. I mean, they made most of them. Let's be honest. And it brings back memories, great memories, especially all these big highlight reels. It wasn't always this pretty, right, as we all know. But yeah, certainly all the teammates that I've been lucky enough to play with, I love them all, and especially Ryan and EJ, who are my cousins.
Cousins, brothers. But what that last one that we saw against Kevin Martin, where was that? What was that?
Oh, that was the trials in 2013. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a big shot. I'd probably say that was, if we were to all pick our favorite shot up to this point in our career, I would hope that everyone would say that shot, because that was a big one. We needed 2 to win, and that was a tough game, and that secured us. That shot secured us in the final of the trials, which we went on to win and go represent Canada at the Olympics.
Nice. That little thing.
And the rest was history. That time period, Brad, is that some of the greatest curling you've ever played? Because I think I talked to you sort of the first time around that time, and you brought in this swagger. In a lot of ways, we described you as the bad boys of curling. You brought a different energy to the ice, but that time period you seemed to be in such a zone at that point.
Yeah, we were in the zone, I will say, and we were very intense. I'd say we had a huge killer instinct at the time. The game was a lot different back then, though. As you probably remember, it was 4-rock rule. We got really good at 4-rock and protecting a lead, and our defensive game was great. We would wait for opportunities to score multiple points, and then we were good at holding the lead. And then everybody else got really good going into a couple of years after that. Everyone else got really good, and the game started to really evolve and change with sweeping and 5-rock and younger teams. It's great.
Yeah, it is great to see. Well, what time are you on the ice tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have 3 games. So Mountain Time, it's 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. And we have practice right now. So
okay, get out there, going. And
my partner's
it's so
waiting.
nice of you to join us. And I hope your back's not barking at you.
I'll make it through.
Game 3 tomorrow.
We have a hot tub at our Airbnb. We're actually rooming with John Morris and Shannon Burchard this week, so it'll be fun.
And I bet you Johnny's cooking. I bet you Johnny's already got all
cooking tonight. Yeah,
I figured. They've got the suite in Leduc, and they've got some good cooking too. Brad, always great to see you.
Now I'm afraid we're making Brad late for practice. Giddy up.
Have a great night, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being with us.
Let's
look at those shots, man, so good.
I'm just going to say, and I was going to ask him, but we got to let him practice. I don't think it's going to be long before we see Brad Jacobs back in the 4-person game.
Well, I hope so. I mean, he has been an institution. Is that the right word? But such an amazing shot maker, player, ambassador for the sport as well. Yeah. And but there's so much travel involved, so much time spent on the ice curling. This 1 year off is, probably a really nice respite.
Aren't we hearing that more and more? If Brad Jacobs and Carrie get on a roll in Leduc, they're going to be on CBC Sports and CBC Gem, because we're broadcasting the 3rd of 5 mixed double Super Series events, and it all starts Friday morning tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 Mountain in Leduc. Walker Myers and the Desjardins, 2 teams we know very well, call in the mixed doubles world, and there you see it. Sunday's going to be a huge day, starting with the semifinals at 11 a.m., leading to the championship right as the Grey Cup kicks off. But you're going to want to watch the final before you get to the Grey Cup.
Yeah. And Walker Myers, my gosh, they've, runner-up in both of the first 2 events, and they are so rock steady. So they just put on like a clinic every time.
Yeah.
Listen, I love the word swagger that you use to describe Brad Jacobs, because in women's curling, no one had a swagger like our next guest.
This is exciting. You and I have been talking about this for a while. We are so thrilled to bring in Order of Canada winner, recipient, 2-time world champion, 2-time Scottie champion, swagger, pizzazz, eclectic, energetic, go on forever. Let's bring her into the show. The great, wonderful Marilyn Bodogh.
Marilyn, nice to see you.
Nice to see you again, Colleen. And Devin, nice to meet you. But Devin, I have to start the top of the show with this shot.
Look at that.
Eat your heart out.
How good is that in Paris?
Yes, we just got back.
Oh, and before that, can I tell you her other hot travel location was Nova Scotia?
To see the Cabot Trail and to see you, Colleen, and our
nice
good friend Teresa Breen.
So nice.
Well, exactly a month ago right now, I was exactly where you guys were standing. So thank you for that, Marilyn, because I miss it. And I'm so glad you had a good time there.
We did.
Do we have to call you anything special now that you have an OC at the back of your name?
No.
Okay, good.
And Marilyn is a good word, and to be honored to have the appointment of the Order of Canada is like over the moon, Colleen. So
awesome.
I'm just waiting to get the call from Rideau Hall to have our medals presented to us because of COVID. It's been a backlog for 2 or 3 years now. So
you just like the idea that you can go shopping, admit it. But because
although I'm not a shopper though, Colleen.
What you did for women's curling was, I think people forget how you elevated it just with your energy and the crowds and the excitement. And much like what we did for Brad Jacobs, we've got some of those moments. And what's cool, of course, Devin and I were saying, was first in 1986, second in 1996. That's hard to do too.
Okay. You did it. You did it longer than I did. I didn't have to wait 18 years or something what you did, but. And
we both wore kilts.
But we started it.
Yeah. Let's start with the first night. This can't be Marilyn Bodogh, is it?
That's Linda Moore's team.
Okay, Linda Moore's team. Were you playing Linda in 1986
in order to in the finals? She was the first Team Canada.
Well, these are some of the highlights here, and we're going to watch this with you, Marilyn, because there's some great footage here.
There you are.
Watch this, and you jump in whenever you'd like. Here we go.
My longtime third, Kathy Chitley Young, and we're still best of friends. My sister, Christine Jurgensen, that lives down in Scotties, BC, and Jan Augustine was our lead that year. That was the winning shot.
That is so nice. What about the confidence you had, where you just oozed it? I've been lucky enough to play against you, Connie Lalaberty, Schmerler, Rachel Homan. Yet you had a swagger when you walked in, like this is my house every time you did it. Where'd that come from?
Well, I think being raised in a household of 8 kids, you just had to make the attention happen. My parents were very instrumental on us curling. My sister and I stepped on the ice when we were 10 and 8, and we just loved it. It was like we were born on heaven.
You look beautiful here. There's Don Whitten asking.
Don and John.
What I'd like to say is thank you to all the people back home at St. Catherine's Curling Club, to so many people in Campbellville, Fonthill, everywhere in the whole world. We really appreciate everything you've done for us, and we love you all, and we really sincerely curled our hearts out.
Were you playing Andrea Shaw in that game, by the way?
Yes, Andrea Shaw and her mother.
What?
Her mother was playing lead, and she actually held the broom for Andrea when she threw the last rock because she blew everyone out of the house.
No kidding, she couldn't do that. All right, now we're fast forwarding in 1996. This team was amazing.
We were both there, Colleen.
I missed the hit for 4. I thought I'd come back and haunt me.
You were mad, Marilyn.
Cheryl Bernard.
Oh my God!
A great competitor, and what she's done for broadcasting, as you have, Colleen, has been tremendous. I was lucky.
What a beautiful thrower you are. Did you just admire that throw of yours?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I was lucky to play with Kim and Corey and Jane Hooper. I mean, that was just,
they were amazing.
A formula put together that just clicked.
Yeah, those 3 in front of you are amazing, and you've got a good quote coming up here, but I won't spoil that. And Jane Hooper-Perreault, don't you think? I think this is the end.
This was a stolen point. A big point in the game here.
Yeah.
Where was this being played at, by the way? Remind me.
Thunder Bay. Don't you remember?
I was there too. Yeah, it was a massive tiebreaker.
Yes, for you, not me.
No, not you. I was there at midnight or up at 6 a.m. playing a tiebreaker. Yeah.
We were, and our dear friend Kay Singh.
Yeah.
She was with us. She gave me a great massage that night. We won.
Here we go.
The team, they played outstanding. Outstanding. I hardly had to come up with anything all week long.
I didn't feel I was as sharp in this game as I needed to be. Maybe a little bit of nerves and everything, and they played fantastic.
So good. There's a Scotties trophy with your name on it. Now we're at
96 Worlds.
Hamilton.
How cool was it to play in Hamilton for you?
Oh, Colleen, I was so lucky. Unlike you had to go off and play in a different country, a different time zone, and the whole bit. And I got to play both our Canadian and World Championships in Canada. I mean, it is a true joy and honor to be in your same country and winning and representing.
Look at that crowd. Look at that crowd.
That's
unbelievable.
incredible.
I know. I was there.
Yes.
That almost looked like my kids getting ready to.
There's my sister, Christine.
Oh, that's Christine.
And you know what? My dad, Colleen, my dad came running on the ice, and he always wanted us to play golf. And I did not like golf at all. Now I have 2 holes in one. I golf 2, 3, 4 times a week. And my dad grabs me on the ice after we win the second world championship. He says, "Why couldn't you take it up golf? It pays more."
Yeah. Well, you were a very good athlete. So you probably, if you had played golf, had similar results. But we don't know. Let's talk about that incredible moment in that match where you cartwheeled down the ice when you were playing Eddie Wernick.
Oh yeah. The Battle of the Sexes. That was just it was, I don't even know how it happened. It just was made in magic. It was a fantastic night for the Heart and Stroke, for Rick Lang's Heart to Heart in Thunder Bay, which all the money went to. Kathy was pregnant, and we just couldn't believe it was happening. And it was the best sold out ticket at the CNA Coliseum for the Men's World Championship. So how good was that?
Wow.
Pretty spectacular.
But I have to put it on the record
Yeah.
that in 96, we challenged Eddie's team with Paul Savage, John Kawaja, and Neil Harrison, and we beat them that time.
Right.
So I'm just putting it out there, Eddie, if you're listening.
Yeah.
We're 1-1.
Let it be known. Let it be known.
I sense a rematch.
Oh,
Do you still play, Marilyn?
I haven't thrown a rock since 2017 when I threw the opening rock for our St. Catharines Scotties.
I was there. And what a moment that was, Marilyn.
It was my family and everybody, and it was a quiet. I never wanted a retirement or anything like that. I just wanted to leave the game the way I asked, the way I came in. I came in quiet and I went out quiet. So
Marilyn Bodogh, you came into something quiet.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did. And you know what the best thing is, Colleen, is that I get to see all my curling friends. So I don't miss the game.
Right.
Because I see my friends, and I get to travel to Nova Scotia and see Colleen and Nancy and Mary Sue. Like, it was fantastic that night. Thank you.
So nice. They went up to Neil's Harbor, Devon, in Cape Breton. Her husband's name is Neil, and poor Neil's Harbor got walloped in Fiona. So you saw it.
The day we were there, it was stunningly beautiful.
It is stunning. It's always stunning. It shows well. Even
how's your neighbor? How's your neighbor? Saw your neighbor at the golf course. It was great.
Oh, yes. I was saying, what are you talking about? Of course.
Yeah.
Marilyn, great champion. And what you did for women's curling, we're forever in your debt.
I am humbled by your record, Colleen. And my sister, if you recall, she's the one that picked you to win. But we never picked you to win 4 times and 6 times, but 4 times in a row. How the hell did you ever do that?
Marilyn and I first played together, Devon, in against each other in 1980. 80. Was it when Marge Mitchell in the final for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyhow.
These are always my favorite shows because I could just listen to you two because you have been such trailblazers in curling. And this is so special to be able to share space with 2 real champions who have no doubt represented our country in the most spectacular of ways. So this has been special, no doubt.
Great honor. Thank you, Devin.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Marilyn. Thank you.
The legend.
The
Honestly,
legend.
the swagger she had. It was funny when she just said, "Come in quiet and leave quiet," because when Marilyn was in the house or at an arena, Marilyn commanded eyeballs, all eyeballs on her. And you saw the crowd at the Cops Coliseum in Hamilton. Ditto for when they had the Battle of the Sexes. Ditto for any Scotties event. She brought a crowd. People. She might even agree with this. She's gone now, so she can't. But there, with any champion, there's some that love you, some that hate you.
Well,
Marilyn was loved.
when you're a winner, people are trying to knock you down. You know that.
God help you if you're playing Saskatchewan.
You know, just a quick little thought on the personalities of curling. Curling fans love to reminisce about the greats of the game because there have been so many personalities, Call, and I think that was such a fabric of the game for so many years and what drew so many fans in. And you saw Cops Coliseum sold out. Yeah. It's been a while since you've seen a venue that packed, and we love those personalities in this game. Brad Jacobs, a personality in the game, right? Sure. And I think our next guest, Matt Dunstone,
is the personality in the game.
So why don't we go to him? And I can tell you right now, they're packing up and getting in the truck. There he is, right there, on the road with Matt Dunstone. This might have to be a segment. Matty, good to see you. What are you doing? Where are you right now?
Well, we're somewhere in between Red Deer and Calgary right now. Colty, our driver, just navigated through some tough rush hour in Calgary, and now we're on the open roads, and we're buzzing now.
Love it. Love
Maybe
it.
A look at the.
You guys are having quite the season already.
It's a little dark here.
Yeah, that's all right. We got you. Somebody can turn a phone. There you go. That's perfect. Hope you're not frozen. Do we have you, Matt?
Well, listen, I've traveled those highways in I was going to say Saskatchewan, because I was thinking about every time I drove from Saskatchewan to Alberta. So I know what cell service can be like on the road. We'll bring him back in. But you were saying it, Call, they've had a great start. They're getting ready to go from Calgary to Red Deer for the Red Deer Curling Classic.
It's a nice looking field in Red Deer, both the men's and women's side. And Kevin Cooey's in it, for example, on the men's side. Matt Dunstone. Botcher, exactly. Can't wait to watch some of it. And the women's side looks deep too, with Chelsea and Shy Digger and Howard is there as well. Love seeing the Howards back, Carly Howard there. So anyhow, it's going to be a great event. But Dunstone's team, don't you like the new look of it? And we were just talking to Brad about Ryan on this team too.
Yeah, here's Maddie. Hey, I was just saying, I know those highways from Calgary to Red Deer. I have family in Red Deer, so stay right there because we got you. This is good. Describe the first part of the season, Maddie.
Yeah, it's been quite good.
We'll try you again. I love it. I love the driving in the car idea. We want to go somewhere with Matt.
So maybe we'll try it one more time as they're on their way, and maybe they'll pull over for a second. It's about, it's about an hour and a half from Calgary to Red Deer. I know that.
Halfway, isn't it, between Edmonton
and Calgary. So I know they flew in earlier today. They were on the ice about an hour ago getting ready. I know a lot of the teams are. Someone thaw Matt out. Yeah, out in the prairies. It's chilly out there, and he's freezing on the screen, no doubt. I will say the Red Deer Classic always brings a great field, Call, just where it falls in the schedule. And we'll absolutely try getting Matt on one more time as he gets ready to.
By the way, the Stu Sells was here last weekend, and it's these events that aren't super, the slams. that are such a bread and butter for curlers. And John Epping really put it all together. He maybe had one game that he looked a little off. So it was nice to see John Epping back in the winner's circle. And then Caitlin Laws, minus Caitlin, won the women's side. And they just kept getting stronger every game.
So we're going to bring Maddie back on without a camera to see if that helps with the reception. Maddie, you there? Can you hear us? We asked you about how the season started.
Yeah, I'm here. I think I was meant for radio anyway, so.
Not true.
Yeah, you know, it's been a very good season. I mean, we've come close to picking up a couple titles up to this point. But what's impressed me the most is, you know, bouncing back from those tough losses, whether it been a semi or a final. You know, the very next week or very next event we're in, we're right there, giving ourselves a chance to win. So that's a sign of a very good team.
Don't want to pick too early. What do you like about this team?
I really like that everybody embraces their role and that everybody has and plays a very important role on this team. And that's something that came quite easy. And, you know, it's just a very enjoyable.
I think we might have lost him again.
And fun environment to be around. Which, I mean, that's half the battle when you're out. You got me?
Yeah, we got you. With BJ at third. How is that? Because how old were you when you first watched him curl and all of the success he's had?
Yeah, you know, it would have been the early Mike McEwen days, I guess, back in 2007, 2008. I remember they won a slam against Glenn Howard. I think it was in 2009. I remember watching that. I think Mike made a crazy outturn through the hole. BJ might remember a bit better than me in the Canadian Open. That was kind of the first time I remembered. And obviously someone that both me and Colton have admired growing up in Manitoba and getting to play against him quite a bit.
He can thread a needle.
Exactly. You know, definitely somebody we looked up to. And I think you even see that in the way me and Colton slide and throw a curling stone.
No kidding. Maddie, we've talked so much on this show about chemistry and all the team changes. Can you walk us through what that chemistry building process is like, from being in a vehicle on a road trip to knowing how each other throws to where to put the broom? Can you walk us through a little bit of that?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of a feeling out process, the first couple of events for sure, especially kind of for new parts. Obviously, I've had experience with Colton before, but, you know, the rest of us haven't it all touched the ice together. So a lot of it's just sort of feeling out the first couple of events, just kind of seeing what makes guys tick and what doesn't. And, you know, at the end of the day, a lot of it comes down to conversation. And that's a lot of what our focus has been in between games and events, just trying to figure out. I mean, we're kind of playing a little bit more than we probably will in the coming 3 years, but you know, it gives us a sample size and you know, it really shows us what we have what's been working well and what we have to work on. So that was kind of our plan for this first year anyways, just to get a good sample size. And I mean, the best way to learn about who a person is and what makes them go and what doesn't is by actually playing, because that's when you're going to see people in their realest of forms, as a curler, obviously. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
History, the magic ingredient that stirs the drink, isn't it? There is a drink somewhere. Not now. Not now.
Somewhere.
Who do you open with?
I'm not sure if you heard us, Maddie. Who do you start the event against?
I think we're waiting for the winner of Ryland Kleider, a good young Saskatchewan team. Obviously played him quite a bit in the last 4 years. And then Smith from the States. I believe Jared Allen, the football player, is on the team.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm a Chicago Bears fan, and I know he played with them sort of in the back end of his career. So I'm pretty excited to see him at the rink this weekend.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Hey, let me ask you, Maddie, what's got you going, got you fired up these days? You know, you were so close with your Saskatchewan team, and you know where my allegiances lie, and you played so well. And I'm wondering where you are at and what's inspiring you these days to take it to the next level.
Just getting a taste of it, getting as close as we did to the Brier the last couple of years, and even in Lethbridge. Early in the week, it sort of had that feeling that, it was going to be our week, or we were going to be close, at the end of the day. So, the last 3 Briers have really given me a good taste and showing that kind of right there. And, just kind of with how this season has been going for us to this point, gets me really excited for the Brier, because that's obviously the big one marked on the calendar, the Brier and the World Championships this year. So, pretty darn excited for that moment. Definitely have the horses here to finally finish her off. But, at the end of the day, we got a little bit of work to do. But this team definitely has what it takes. And, it's very easy to go to work every single day and find literally anything you can to be that much better.
Awesome.
Well, take those horses and giddy up. Good luck this weekend.
Yes, thank you. Looking forward to it. Sorry I couldn't be on camera. I'll have to make sure I'm in a Wi-Fi hotspot next time around, and we can have a little bit more fun.
We roll with whatever. So.
Yeah, you betcha. Well, I appreciate your patience with me.
All good, Maddie, and we will take you up on that, and we'll have you back on the show whenever you'd like to be on. So thanks for being with us.
You betcha. We'll talk soon.
Safe travels.
Everybody's liking the look of that team.
Yeah, and he, like he said, he's been close, and I don't think it's long before we see Matt Dunstone and a foursome that he's leading lifting that tankard call.
Well, I think men's curling really needed the additional others that were close, but sort of far from the top 3 of Guju and Kui and Botcher. And we were seeing those threesomes, it seemed, all the time down the stretch. That gets hard for curling fans as much as we love those 3 teams. And now, with the emergence of some of the others that are getting strong, like as I mentioned, I loved how Epping played this weekend. And Dunstone is just chomping at the bit. So it's good to see this for the game.
We said we keep the show to 40 minutes.
How do we do?
And I think we're pretty close. However,
we want to thank people.
Well, we want to thank people. And we also want to give you a taste of what our Saturday was like.
That's why I wanted to thank the Toronto Hope people for having us and the work they did. $51,000 they raised for women's cancer research at Sunnybrook Hospital. That is just, how many teams were there? Were there 12 teams? And those women who played at that event just went and banged on doors and got money. So good for them. Good for them. I mean, that kind of philanthropy takes a little bit of hard work, and they were up for it.
So
we had a ball. And we danced.
We did dance. We left that out of the video, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Call got on the flight from Halifax to Toronto. We suited up. We went to the East York Curling Club, and we captured some sights and sounds. We're going to leave you with that to end the show. Call, always wonderful to see you.
We'll see you on Sunday. Maybe without Devin, but maybe with Devin. We'll be on before the final, so we'll have both finalists to talk to.
Thank you, curling fans. Enjoy the sights and sound from the Toronto Hope Bonspiel, and have a great night.
Thanks for doing this.
Hi again, curling fans. We're together at last.
Oh my God, look where we're at. We're going inside. East York Curling Club.
What fun awaits.
Come on in.
Welcome to our house. Inside the East York Curling Club.
Who knew? This is the birthplace of the World Junior Curling Championship?
The things you learn inside a local club.
Fun fact. Oh my God, Devin, look at this. It was the Hasselberg brothers. They were Team Sweden when the Air Canada Silver Broom was here back in 1986. Oh my God, my name's not on the trophy.
But of course, this is a real reason why we're here, called
Toronto Hope.
Raising funds for cancer research. What a cause, and what an electric atmosphere.
Come on the ice.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Let's stick together.
I know.
Girl Jam.
Our team is Girl Jam. Okay, Devin's on it.
I'm on it.
Get down there, you're sweeping.
Since I've been thrown into sweeping duties. Okay, I think we gotta go on it. I'll go tight. How's it like?
Harder, Devin.
I'm going. Come on, we gotta
Wait.
go.
Whoa. Whoa. You're subbed out right now.
Too strong.
I want to be on the butterfly team. Oh, this is. You can be in the middle. You can be the bottom butterfly. This is so good. Much better than the plaid team. Yeah. Wow.